So I hope by now you've managed to set up the hosting for your domain name and you're looking at a page something like this with your domain name listed here. So I'm going to click now on that domain name and that will take me through to the control panel for the particular domain name, and we'll just have a quick look and see what you can do there. So you've got all these different options here. There's plenty to do. We won't look at everything in great detail, but we'll just get a rough idea of what you need to know for this course. So at the top here we've got the file manager. That actually shows you what files you have in your web space. So we've got some default files here that we don't need to worry about. All the files that we use for the course are going to be in this public HTML folder. So at the moment we've just got this single index.html file, which is just a single file which has some basic content to get your website displaying something. So how do we actually view that? Well, we'll go back to the main homepage, and then over here on the right you can see we've got the temporary web address. So that's the web address that we can use to view our website before we've actually purchased the domain. You don't need to purchase a domain at all for this course. So let's have a look. If we click on there, so there's the default index page that we just looked at, and this is what the URL looks like. So this is known as an IP address, and after that we've got oopcourse.com. Yours will obviously be slightly different. You'll probably have a different IP address and you'll have your domain that you typed in there as well. Okay, so then further down we've got all the options that you might want to do with email, creating mailboxes, forwarding, etc. We've got some web stats and log files, some web tools, and a lot of other things that you might want to use at some point with your hosting. You're very welcome to explore that at your leisure and use whichever ones you might find useful. The main other thing we're going to be looking at here is FTP, because that's how we're going to be uploading files to our web server. So we have a feature called FTP locking, which stops anyone from accessing your FTP even if they manage to get hold of your password. So I'd certainly recommend keeping FTP locked as much as you possibly can. When you know your IP address, so my IP address here is 131.111.184.28, so I can unlock FTP. So now FTP is unlocked, but only for me, only for a computer with my IP address. So I definitely recommend doing that. And then further down we can see the FTP details. So we've got a username, we've got a password, and we've got the FTP server. I can't use that one because I don't own oopcourse.com, so I'll need to use the IP address as the FTP server. Now if you have an FTP client that you normally use, then that's great. If not, the one I would recommend is one called FireFTP, and we're going to see how to set that up in the next video.